doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes to check out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make Sous Vide Bratwurst with peppers and onions. Now it's summertime, and this is one of the most simplistic things you can throw on your barbecue grill. Traditionally, I would just boil these in beer for a few minutes and then finish them off on the grill, and that's a great way to cook them. The problem is when you have a get-together, a barbecue, and you tell people, hey, come on over at 2. You have some people that show up at 2, some people show up at 2:45, other people show up at 3:45, some people, the late arrivals show up at 5 o'clock. And it can be frustrating when you're trying to serve food to everyone. Because the first time people arrive and you start cooking, and you cook everything, obviously, and then of course the guys that come a couple hours later, they get a dried, overcooked, cold bratwurst, which is no fun. So this is a great way to serve your guests a delicious hot bratwurst regardless of when they show up. I'm going to sous vide these. I have a pack of Johnsonville. These are the most famous, and in my local grocery store have a local butcher that they make some. On this side we have just regular bratwurst, and these over here were called beer brats. So I'm interested to taste the differences and see how they compare to Johnsonville, which I've had before. These are really, really good. But the great thing is you just stick them in the sous vide bag and you can cook them anywhere from 45 minutes to 4 hours. That way when your guests arrive and someone says, man, I'm really hungry, you got the grill going outside, you just pull the bag out, you take the sausages out, you dry them off, and you just finish them off on the grill. Someone comes a couple hours later, you pull a second bag out. Real simple and easy. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. The sous vide is up to temperature. Now I vacuum sealed these, and as you can see I also put the onions and peppers with a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil in a vacuum seal bag, mainly because these things like to float. There's not much weight to onions and peppers. So what I did is I took a couple big spoons and put them in the bag. Hopefully that'll cause them to sink. And then the other ones, I got the sausages and I kind of labeled them. These are our beer sausages. I got the Johnsonvilles here. And then these are the regular bratwurst. So into the sous vide bath they go. So let's see, hopefully this will sink. Yay, it does sink. I got a little rack under there. And then these bratwurst I'm just going to kind of put on top. Now, the onions and peppers obviously aren't going to be fully done by cooking this way, but what they will be is softer, and it's going to be a much quicker and easier process to cook them, because we're just going to cut open the bag, we're going to throw it into a hot frying pan, or you can do it on a cast iron pan on your barbecue grill, and you're just going to need to saute them for a few minutes, about the same amount of time it's going to take for you to saute or grill these bratwurst. So like I mentioned earlier, if you were going to have a lot of people over, you could make some individual bags of maybe 2 to 3 to 4 bratwurst and maybe individual bags of the peppers and onions, and just keep them in the bath and pull them out as need be. It's really that easy. Okay, now as far as temperature, I'm going to put this little thing here just to kind of make sure everything is completely submerged. Now as far as temperature, there's some variation. You can go anywhere from 140 degrees to 160 degrees. 140 is the bare minimum, and you want to go, like I said, at least 45 minutes because it needs that long to make sure it's cooked. Now at 140 degrees, it's going to be one of the most juiciest bratwurst you ever had. The texture is going to be very soft because it hasn't been cooked at a very high temperature. So some people might be turned off by that. So cook at that temperature knowing that in mind. Especially some of your guests, they might see it, they might immediately think after taking a bite, this doesn't taste like it's cooked all the way, just because they never experienced the bratwurst that was so juicy. 150 degrees, 10 degrees warmer is kind of the sweet spot where you can really appreciate sous vide cooking, because it's going to be way more juicier than a traditional bratwurst, but still cooked and have a familiar texture, not as soft as the lower temperature. And then if you just want to do it as close to traditional you want to go 160 degrees. That's going to give you the more traditional, you know, like you cooked them on the barbecue, you boiled them in beer, but still way juicier than any traditional cooked bratwurst that you've done in your life. So that's pretty much it. I'm choosing 146 degrees. So I'm kind of right underneath where it's in the middle, just because I want to allow the brats, they might rise, you know, 4, 5, 6 degrees when I'm sauteing them in a frying pan under high heat, just to kind of brown them. So I'm eyeing on the sense of caution by going just under that 150 mark, okay? So I'm doing 146. I got a 4-degree leeway there. So that's it. They're all in there. They're all underwater. I'm going to set the timer for 4 hours. As long as we go 45 minutes, we're fine. So I'll set the timer here, and we'll be back in a little bit for a beverage review with the family. See you in a little bit. All right, beverage review time. Tropical lager. This is Stone Tropic of Thunder Lager. 5.8% alcohol. Ooh, never tried this.
Surprise!
Surprise! It's my daughter Ava Grace and my son Kyle. Say hi.
Hi.
My daughter's gonna try something I saw in the store. Half naked juice.
AKA
Watermelon with passion fruit. Half naked because it's got 50% less sugar.
How does that make it half naked? That doesn't make any sense. Tell the video what store it's from so that they can get it. Ava, you can get it at any store that carries it.
I got it at Stater Brothers. Okay.
You can get
And then Kyle's trying a new Sprite drink I've never seen before. I think it's been out a couple months. It's called Sprite Limonade. And I always encourage him to drink real fruit juice. So to my surprise, it's made with 1% real juice. So parent approved. The 1%. Okay. So that's
first of all, he doesn't get me into real fruit juice in the first place.
No, but look.
Sorry, my
Made
ears
with
all messed up. We were at the park.
1% real juice. It's like, really? 1%?
Also,
You're actually advertising that? Hey, buy our juice. It's real fruit juice. 1%. I mean, it's like, of all the things, maybe not even mention it. It's just 1%, right?
Juice.
Fruit juice. Delicious. Okay. All right.
1% fruit juice.
LOL.
99% sugar.
All right, so here's Ava Grace. It does seem a little bit less thick than the traditional. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure they'll love it. They're drinking now.
Well, hang on, not yet. Let me pour Kyle's and myself, and then we'll all try it together, okay?
Okay, all together.
You're gonna say it's good.
We're gonna be kind
Ooh.
of like jinxing.
This smells good. See, look, it's not clear like normal Sprite.
It is clear.
No, it looks like lemonade. Hey, don't drink it yet.
No, I'm not drinking it.
I hope it.
She's smelling it.
All
Yeah, wait for the fizz to go. It is see-through.
I think I put the straw wrong. On yours, Ava Grace. Oh, it's definitely carbonated. I should have put some ice in yours. And for me, the Stone Tropic of Thunder Lager.
Eva, I know. I'm looking at this.
It smells like fruit. Okay, it's very light. I poured it too quick. All right, let me fix this real quick, Ava Grace.
This is not how we expected it to turn out.
Well, I think it's supposed to go like this. I think, yeah. It's so you don't lose the straw. I had it backwards. There, okay.
Are we ready to drink?
All right. Everyone, grab your glasses.
I got the love bug like the other naked.
We gotta do a cheers.
Yeah, the normal, I guess.
Pick up your glass and go cheers.
There's no.
Cheers. Do cheers to your brother.
Cheers.
Now I do cheers with Kyle.
Cheers.
Okay,
Cheers.
don't knock
Cheers
everything over.
everything.
Okay.
Cheers.
As always, guys, I appreciate you
Cheers,
watching my
buddy.
video. Thank you very much. All right, let's give it a sip. That's right. Lots of tropical fruit. Tangerine, pineapple, oranges, and then a little bit of hoppy punch there right at the end. But it's not too bitter. The fruit really
This is a
kind of
punch. This is a
overrides
punch naked of watermelon.
It's a what?
A punch naked of watermelon.
Really?
No, it's supposed to be watermelon and passion fruit. Can you taste the watermelon?
I can taste it.
Can you taste the passion fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wait, what's a passion fruit?
Yeah. I don't think he's ever had a passion fruit.
Well, now we're questioning, did she taste the passion fruit?
Well, I'm sure she did if it's in it. She just doesn't know. So how do you like
What's
it?
a passion fruit?
How do you like it compared to other drinks you tried?
I like this one.
You do? Okay. And
You
Kyle?
said compared to other things.
How's the Sprite?
Because I like acid.
It doesn't-
bug.
It shows there's carbonation, but I don't taste any carbonation. And
Well, I could see it in the glass.
yeah, I don't
Look.
taste it though.
See it? See all the bubbles going up?
Yeah, I don't taste it.
Okay. Well, how's it taste? Does it taste like lemonade?
Literally just like normal Sprite.
Really?
Maybe a tiny bit of lemonade, I guess.
Okay.
But it just tastes basically.
So would you
normal
rather have
Sprite.
this or the? Would you rather have this or regular Sprite?
I wouldn't really care.
You wouldn't
They're
care?
both good.
Okay.
This doesn't have any carbonation.
This is a
though.
great summer beer, guys. I'm telling you right now. Very light, it's tropical. Definitely better than your domestic stuff.
So.
5.8% alcohol, so just a little bit, just a notch above regular domestic at 5%. Nice and clear, decent carbonation. And really fruity, fruit mixed with the mild hops. It's really good.
You poured more Sprite. You might want it another time.
No, it's fine.
No, he's going to finish it off. How about you? Take another sip, Ava Grace, and tell him one more time how you like it. Look at the camera. Tell him how you like it. How do you like it?
It's really good. It kind of like creamy watermelon is going inside of creamy type
It smells
of
weird in
watermelon.
here.
Wow.
Passion fruit.
Wow. We're all saying
Awesome.
cheers to our viewers and thanks
Cheers
for watching.
to our viewers and thanks for watching.
We'll be back in a little bit,
We'll be
guys.
back.
And,
a little
and
bit,
love
guys.
your juice.
And love
And
your
love
juice.
bug.
And love bug. We'll be back in a little
We'll be
bit,
back in a
guys.
little bit,
All right,
guys.
here we are out of the sous vide bath. Here are the onions and peppers. They're definitely softened, you can tell. So here are the beer bratwursts. I got them all labeled. These are the Johnsonvilles in the center. I had the most 5 with those. The other 2 I had 4. And these are the regular just bratwurst. And I got these other 2 on the side from a local store here in Southern California called Saute Bratwurst. But they have a very spectacular meat market, the best of any supermarket chain in Southern California by sure. So I'm really curious to try these. Everything I've had from them has been really good. I didn't even know they made bratwurst till I went today. So that's why I picked up 4 of each just to try them out, as well as the Johnsonville. All right, I have a pan here with some olive oil. It's been heating up. You can see it's smoking a little bit. And just to show you, this is how the onions and peppers came out. They're still very soft, but they're not quite crispy. So that's what we're going to just saute them first. And this isn't going to take too long. You can see how this speeds up the process quite drastically, because they're already at the point where you've been sauteing them for around 10 minutes. You know, they've already softened up quite a bit, getting a little translucent. So this is what we want to do. You want to do it over medium high heat. We're going to turn up a little bit. And just for a few minutes. So I'll continue to do this. We'll be back in a second. Alright, I got the brats out of the bag. I just wanted you guys to see how they look like when they're out of the bag. They don't look very appealing. So I've done 2 of each kind here, and I wrote on the bottom of the plates which ones they are. So I'm going to saute these up a couple at a time, and then we'll have a taste test. You can hear those peppers and onions sauteing in the background. We'll be back in a second. Alright, here you are. It's been a couple minutes here. Most of the liquid has dried up, so what I'm going to do now, make a little spot in the center here. I'm going to take some butter here. Yeah, this is what we need here. And this is pretty much done. We're just going to brown it just a little bit more, kind of soften it up. It's going to go really good with those brats. So couple more minutes, we'll be set. Alright, so here we are. It's been going around 5-6 minutes. You can see now they're starting to crisp up some of the pieces, brown real well. This is how I like it. You know, you can cook it more or less depending on how you prefer it, but this is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this off to another burner, keep it on like keep warm so it can still kind of just like get a little bit more tender. I'll just move it over here. And we're going to take a new pan here. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom here. And we'll do these brats 2 at a time. It's not going to take long, literally a couple minutes. Just want to kind of brown them up, crisp them up, because they don't look too appetizing right out of that sous vide bag. So I'll let this warm up for a minute. We'll be back in a second. All right, this is smoking. Like I said, I got on the bottom written what's what here. We're going to do a kind of blind taste test. I'm just going to saute a couple at a time. These are already perfectly cooked, but you can see on the side they're still kind of pink, even though it's perfectly cooked. I mean, it's been in there 4 hours. We're just going to brown these up a little bit, get a nice crispy coating on them so they look more appetizing. All right, I just turned these over. They're browning quite nicely. See if you can maybe get on the sides there too. Leave it up the side of the pan like that. Even if you got to hold it in place for a minute. Just want it to make it look more appetizing, you see? Oh man, it smells wonderful. See, just holding it down for a second is going to coat the outer shell. Like, look here. Hold that one down for a second. And it doesn't have to be long, literally maybe 15-20 seconds. You can see, much more appetizing when you serve it to your family and friends. So these are pretty much done. Like I said, you know, probably like maybe 2 minutes total, 2.5 minutes total cooking time. Alright, I'm going to get these off. We'll put the next round on in just a second. Alright, here we are, my wife Monica.
Hi.
I have 2 of each kind. I have some horseradish mustard, some sauerkraut. Here are the onion and peppers. So we're just going to try these one at a time.
And I don't know which is which.
And I don't really know
by
either.
request.
I lost.
Oh, you don't?
Well, no, I can't remember. To be honest with you. So
I'm kind of biased towards one of these, so I didn't want to know. So I can give an honest opinion.
Here's a couple bites of this one. Let's just first look.
So you didn't even write it down?
No. You can see it's much more juicier than normal. Okay. It's still kind of a little bit pink inside. Okay, but anyway, you want to dip it in the mustard?
Okay.
Alright, let's try this. I don't know what this is.
It smells good.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. It's definitely got that bratwurst flavor.
I like it.
Take another one. But any less than this, you know, this is still kind of pink inside, so people might not think that's cooked, but it's got much more juice. And you know, it went almost for a complete 4 hours, so it's definitely done.
That has good flavor.
All right, so you want me to just tell you what it is now, or should we just move on?
Move on.
Okay.
Then say. So you do know.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I got to look underneath the plate. I wrote underneath the plate.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, so here's sausage for bratwurst number 2. Okay, go ahead, take one. Oh, this is pink. Let's try this.
Mmm.
Mmm. That one's a little bit softer in the texture.
It is. Not quite as strong flavored as the first one.
No, it's a little more subtle, but it's definitely good.
It is good.
Okay. Wow.
I like doing this. This is fun.
All right, here we are, the last one. All right, so far, I think number 2 is the best. Number 1's good. It's got more of a strong bratwurst flavor, but number 2 is just more tender.
It's a really tough call. Those two are.
And like I said, 2 of these are made from Saute Brothers. It's a local market here in Southern
I'll
California.
take this because you lost one on the camera.
Okay.
I'll just eat it this
So,
way.
let's try this.
Mmm.
Oh, I think that one's the best.
That's my favorite. The third one.
Wow.
And I'm gonna
Wow.
call it right now. I think.
Is it that's Johnsonville?
I think that's Johnsonville.
I think that's the beer.
You do? The beer one?
I think that's the beer. Try it. Try another one. I'm gonna try another one too.
All right.
But I'm gonna put a little sauerkraut on mine. And of course you can set these up in nice toasted buns.
You're
you know,
right.
just the way you like.
I think the middle one is the Johnsonville.
Alright.
Middle one, Johnsonville. And I like this one
So
the
to
best.
me this is first, second, third. What
This
about
is
you?
first, and this is a tough call. I'm gonna.
I go first, second, third, straight down.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah?
say that. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so,
I'm gonna say that's Johnsonville right there. And you're right. That's the beer.
so let's see what first is. Stater Brother regular bratwurst.
Oh, that was the regular.
That's regular.
Oh, it tasted like beer.
What's this? Stater Brothers
Oh, see, you got it wrong.
beer. And this is the Johnsonville, obviously, yep.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a tough call right there. This definitely had more flavor, the Johnsonville, but this was more tender.
But all 3 of them, guys, really is just deliciously cooked. And like you know, if you can saute it or throw it on the grill, it's going to be perfect. Even after you sous vide it, it's just I don't know. It's a
It was
great way
really
to cook.
good.
You don't have to stress. And like I had it in there for 4 hours here at one point.
Boy, I'm eating my dinner on camera.
Well, yeah, I'll put a little bit of
You're
onion.
hungry though. Kids are in
I
bed.
am hungry too. Kids are in bed.
This is really nice.
As always, guys, well, hang on. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing. The link above is to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.